We are so grateful and excited to have this opportunity presented to us by the Department of Labor's Youth Building Grant, federal funding, the offices of Representative Kathy Castor, and to help implement this program. So that we can make good on our mission. It will be here in this very building, partly in this very room, where we will help young people, 16 to 24, build their futures, where they will be certified to work in a demand field and earn a competitive wage and become a contributing citizen in this community, the same community that happens to have an 11% unemployment rate and a 23.8% poverty rate, which actually almost doubles that of the city, the county, and much of our nation. So Youth Build will allow us to work with a minimum of 66 youth to help them across 10 zip codes to engage in 3 components of this program: an education component, a training component, and a placement component. So not only are we training them, giving them those skills, but we are educating them to the extent in which they wish and place them in the fields where they can earn a competitive salary. Simultaneously, they'll train and they'll work on site with our employers to walk side by side and be mentored by those who have been in this field and have that expertise. But enough said about all that. Those details are great, but I encourage you today all to tour this building and speak with the staff and the students and the employers today and get a true sense of what the CDC is and what we do here at TVI. It is something to behold. So, getting along, at this time, I will ask that our CDC of Tampa founder step to the podium, Ms. Chloe Coney, to talk a little bit more and introduce our representative.
Thank you, Dr. Moss-Torres, who is the COO of CDC. Thank you so much. I'm Chloe Coney, the woman that wears many hats. And I'm so glad to be here and to introduce this wonderful Congresswoman. And I know her personally because in 2007, when she won the position as a new Congress, U.S. House of Representative, she hired me to be her district director. I did that for 10 years. Now, you have to take in consideration, she was made Congresswoman during the time of the Great Recession. People were losing their homes. People was losing jobs. We have a Congresswoman that felt the needs of her community. She did job fairs. She did foreclosure workshops. She really knows how to take care of the community. So we're blessed, and every time I go in the community, our mayor, Jane Castor, I call her my tall sister since I work with Kathy Castor. She said, Kathy is bringing money every week, Chloe, every week. And I'm so glad that she knows how to bring money to her community. So on behalf of CDC, in which I was the founder, so glad now my son Ernest is the CEO and the staff has done a great job, and the board of directors. We're bringing in the Youth Build Grant. And this is something personal to me. Stand-up husband. Y'all know I've been married 55 years. This is my husband, Pastor and Well, in the 1990s, he went to work for Tampa United Methodist Center. They wrote the first Youth Build Grant in Tampa. So we're coming full circle, son. From Coney to Coney, okay? Hey, and by the way, a mother Coney through Congresswoman Kathy Castor, okay? So we're going to turn it over to you. Let's welcome our very own Congresswoman Kathy Castor, District 14.
All right. Well, good morning, friends. I'm Tampa Bay's Congresswoman Kathy Castor. You can call me Kathy Coney, too. It's all a family. We're all in the family here, but to the Coney family, you all have a remarkable history and legacy of serving our community, and I'm grateful to you for doing that. In the years that we were in the Great Recession and people were losing their homes and losing their jobs, Chloe was there to help a young member of Congress with outreach across the community because of her know-how and skill and her love for her neighbors. And I'm grateful. I'll always be grateful for our years together, Chloe. But today it's not just about bringing funds back to the community. It's about bringing hope and bringing jobs and making progress. And I don't know if you all saw the jobs report. The national jobs report was announced this morning, and the unemployment rate is at 3.9%. This is a historic job market. The unemployment rate has been lower than 4% for 27 months in a row. That has not happened since the 1960s. And when you go out all across the Tampa Bay area, you see we're growing fast. We're building roads, we're repairing bridges, we're repairing stormwater, we're building housing, we're connecting communities. But there's still a gap there. There's still a gap for some young people in some communities that are not realizing all of these job gains and are not enjoying the same wage increases that all of our neighbors. Plus, if you go and you talk to construction companies, you talk to employers, they are hungry for bright young people who can come and help us rebuild this community, help invest in our community, invest in Tampa Bay, invest in America. And President Biden, through what he's done coming out of the pandemic, has been to help invest in America. It's called the Investing in America Agenda. So today, I'm thrilled to announce on behalf of President Biden and my colleagues in the Congress a $1.5 million grant to the CDC of Tampa in partnership with the Skills Center, in partnership with Hillsborough County Public Schools, in partnership with the youth in this community who are looking for those pathways to success in life, and to the employers who need skilled, talented young people working here. This really builds on what we're trying to do across East Tampa, especially with new federal investments and public and private partnerships through the Skills Center that is almost ready to launch. We broke ground, we cut a ribbon, and now that is going to come online about the same time as this Youth Build Grant comes, so that we're doing the broadest outreach possible. I really want to thank everyone that has played a role in putting this Youth Build Grant together. There were many of these Investing America Youth Grants that were announced yesterday all across the country, but I don't think we could replicate anywhere else across America what's happening here with our collaboration, with the Skills Center, with the schools, with the employers, with all of you, all of our community leaders who understand that when you're investing in America, what that means is that we're investing in our neighbors. We're investing in our young people to make this community more equitable, fair, and just for all. So I'm thrilled. Chloe, thank you for allowing me to make this announcement today. Ernest, thank you for the opportunity to work with you over the years to build not only young lives, but to build a better community. I'll turn it over to Ernest Coney, our fearless leader at CDC.
It's truly, truly, truly exciting to stand here before you today. I'm truly humbled, recognizing that we have such great leaders, unwavering leaders, to make sure that Tampa and Hillsborough County are the best that they can be. So thank you again, Congresswoman Kathy Castor, for all that you do. You guys have also heard a little bit about like the legacies of our families. So when I was at USF working on my master's in public health, Kathy's mother, Betty Castor, was the president of USF. So she signed off on my college degree as well. So they've always been doing things and creating young leaderships, which is why we're really excited about today, about standing here. So I can imagine, like, with thousands and thousands of kids understanding the connection that one day this young man will be working with her daughter, helping to make Tampa even stronger and a continual legacy. I think about the legacy of both my parents as well. And as my mother mentioned, my father was one of the first to bring a Youth Build Grant to Tampa. And many years later, here we stand again to make sure that our youth are still ever evolving. And the importance of this evolution is that now we have innovation taking place within construction trades as well. So the CDC of Tampa has a 3D printer, so we can teach kids the innovative approaches. We have things that are happening in environmental technologies, solar that's coming, all of these new things that weren't there at that time, but now we have the ability to help these young people learn these trades and these skills. And why is that important? It's important because, as the Congresswoman mentioned, even though we have unemployment right now, most people have jobs in underpaying or lower paying jobs. So yes, America has a 4%. In our communities, if you have lower education, it's even tougher. If you're younger, it's even tougher. So having these dollars to invest in these young people to make sure that they can have the ability to grow their opportunities to have true careers, to one day to also become entrepreneurs. And I'll let the employers talk about all those different avenues that they have available as well. But we hope not only to have workers, but also to have entrepreneurs. So the CDC of Tampa focuses on 3 core areas. One is we want to increase employment opportunities, we want to increase entrepreneurship opportunities, and we want to increase home ownership rates. If we all begin to do that very well, we will make sure that not only East Tampa, but all of our neighboring communities rise as well. So definitely thank you again, Congresswoman, for all that you do. The CDC of Tampa staff, if you raise your hand, this is the hardest working staff you've ever seen in your life. We also have a few board members. I think Denise James is here as well. Dr. Wright is also a tremendous consultant as well. And as we've mentioned, the Skills Center, just having someone who can dream the way you dream, but will roll up their sleeves and work just as hard as you. What? East Tampa, yeah, we getting ready to do some amazing things, and of course to all the other partners who can help us to along this journey as well. So we definitely thank everyone. So with that, I want to also bring up Chris Ward with the Skills Center.
Good morning. Good morning. I'm trying to think of what to say. So since I didn't know what to say, Celeste sent me something to say. So her presence is always in the room. On behalf of the Skills Center, myself, John Arroyo, Celeste Roberts, our staff who's here in the building, our families, I'd like to say we are excited to be a part of this grant and to work as a collaboration in bringing funding to Tampa to assist young people in their education, health, and workforce readiness. Thank you, Mr. Coney, for trusting in us as a partner and being a principal partner in CDC. You see me shaking. Ms. Castor, you've been amazing. As long as I've been in Tampa, as long as I've known you, oh my God, you've been amazing. So just want to say thank you so much for supporting young people in our community. Thank you. I'm sorry.
Do I have to use a mic? Most people know I don't need a mic. But,
Can you say your name?
yes. Ernie Dubose, CEO of Ducon LLC and Ducon Plumbing. Just humbled, Congresswoman Castor, to once again be able to share a podium and share time with you. It's very humbling. Chris, Ernest, who are both very close and great friends. You know, owning a construction company, as I look, as we talk, my peers, we talk about what's on the horizon. There's great concern. There's great concern. By 2030, all baby boomers will be 65 or older by 2030. That's just over 5 years from now. And while many of them are working longer, they are not doing the trades, I can assure you. They have made enough money to where they are not picking up tools. They are doing things like consulting, part-time teaching, things like that. And so the reason I'm concerned is because out of my 30 employees, if you take out the 8 or 9 plumbers, the 21 construction professionals None of them I expect to pick up a tool, to lay a block, do any of that labor. We manage construction. We depend wholeheartedly on the trades, our subcontractors. And so when you do the quick math to look at all the baby boomers, the largest population in any segment of our history, becoming over 65, that gives someone like me, I'm 49, and I don't plan, I'm not financially stable enough to retire anytime soon, and I don't plan on retiring. I love what I do. So that gives me great concern. And many of my peers have great concern because if you look at the non-baby boomers, my generation and below, not many chose to go into the trades. There are baby boomers closing successful subcontracting companies by the month that have no one to pass it down to because they told their kids, don't work as hard as me, don't do what I did, go do something with computers or whatever. And now many of those kids who did that will not nearly make what their parents made as tradespeople and won't be business people. So to get to the point, we have a problem, and the CDC of Tampa is giving us a great solution locally. Congresswoman Castor, the Skills Center are giving us a great solution locally. And anytime I can support that, not just for my community, for my industry, I'm going to break my neck to try to do that. Another couple things. We've got, nowadays AI is said to take many careers. And so we have a couple generations that have put their future on technology and careers of those nature. Well, pretty soon there won't need to be as many coders and programmers because AI is gonna do that stuff. It's gonna learn to program and code. So those people are gonna fall back into what? Into what? If we don't have options for them, America is gonna be in trouble. Social media is now the new professional athlete, get rich quick scheme. I literally have talked to young people that told me they want to be a professional influencer as their career. That's the worst hoop dream that you could ever choose to do. But we have young people that are literally choosing that as their career path. All right, so that troubles me as a construction person. We have 3 major projects coming out, DuCon, Robles Park, Rome Yard, and the stadium, USF Stadium. We're blessed to be on those projects, but when we look at the workforce that's going to require, Rome Yard, Robles Park, 5 to 7 year projects. When we look at the workforce and the trend that's going to require, we have concern. We have concern, number one, to be able to meet the schedules. Because when we tell the developer and tell the city we have to get a schedule, we commit to a schedule, we have to get it done. And if you don't have the workforce, you can't do it. I have concern, too, because of pricing. Right now, subs are coming to us midstream on jobs or after they bid and said, hey, we need to increase our costs. We know we have a contract, but we'll walk away from this contract before we lose money because we have to pay people more to get on the job because another company just paid them more and stole our people. So all of these challenges, it's a big fear. And my third fear is that in the next 10 to 20 years, the entrepreneurial opportunities will not go to our citizens. If we don't have programs like this and train up the entrepreneurs of tomorrow, you better believe it's somebody from Russia or China or wherever. And I don't discriminate or anything. However, I would rather for the youth, it doesn't matter the color, creed, or whatever, in our country to get those entrepreneur opportunities than for people who are buying houses and buying land here, setting up shop to come and open those businesses. And if we don't train those young people and prepare them, we're going to be in trouble. And that's why I support the efforts that are here today. That's why when Ernest calls me, I answer, I text, I respond. We have conversations weekends, whenever, because he's a friend, number one, but it's that important to me. So finally, what I think we need to do, we got to recruit. We have to recruit. Major football, athletic programs, they recruit kids to come to their universities. We have to get these kids in middle school, heck, elementary school now, and we have to make the trades in these industries sexy again. It can't be, well, if you don't go to college, then you can. It can't be if you don't make it to the league, then you can. Because I was going to the league. Oh, it didn't make it, so now I'm in construction. We have to flip the script. We have to flip the focus. We have to get these young people, the Skills Center, such a blessed place, program to partner, because now they can bring people like myself people like Horace, local businesses in to talk to these young people and make construction sexy again, make the trades, show them the entrepreneurial opportunities that are more achievable than trying to be a professional influencer and get rich quick. So that's my speech. Appreciate the time. Excited about. We appreciate your support as always, Congresswoman, and appreciate